Mr. 845 social media and events.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. 845 here. We're here with another small business. We're doing this over and over and over again. So this is actually episode 2 of our tours of the Hudson Valley. We have another business here. Tell us, Laura, who you are and what do you guys do?
Well, I am Laura Finizzi, and I own and operate Elle by Design, which is a social media marketing and management company.
Okay. And I mean, being in this world and being in social media is important. So the big thing that I want to make sure that we get across in the beginning, like always, is how do people get in contact with you if they want to utilize your services?
Oh, surezies. It is 716-239-3952. I always say it so fast, so I'm trying to slow it down.
Yes, they can press pause and rewind and then play it again. It's all
And
right.
then you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok by Elle by Design.
All right. And that's ELLE, correct?
Yes, ELLE.
Okay. So tell us, well, kind of like what brought you to Elle by Design, right? So like I know that you're Laura, so Elle
Yes.
is probably from the L there.
Yes, it's not that deep. Everybody's like, where did you get it? Is it French? And I was like, I just spelled Elle.
So what brought you into the world of marketing and social media marketing specifically?
Real estate, actually. I got my real estate license about 4.5 years ago. Oh my goodness. And I started really diving in. The team I joined was licensed to sell, and they are huge on social media marketing. So I kind of dove into that. I had always had it for fun.
Mhm.
But I kind of dove into it for a marketing aspect and for a business aspect. And through real estate, I met a lot of entrepreneurs, and I started realizing that there's a formula and a method and all this kind of things that go into social media marketing that some people either A, don't have the knowledge behind it, or B, don't have the time to do it. And I started really seeing that there was a need for smaller local businesses that just needed a little bit of help and a little bit of a push. And, I feel like recently a lot of big corporations have taken over. I want to bring back to small and local businesses. So it was something that's very near and dear to me. A lot of my friends own businesses. So I wanted to start something that helped. And I love marketing and social media. So
No, I get it. I mean, trust me, I get
yeah,
it.
you get it.
So, the biggest thing is I want to make sure that people understand that, when small businesses are out there, we're not competition, we're more collaboration. So it's something that, again, though we're in the same similar sector, it's important for people to know who you are and what you do, because not everybody's going to be your client. Not everybody's going to be my client. Not
That's it.
everybody's
There's
going to be
enough
the
room at
other.
the table. There's
Exactly.
enough.
The Hudson Valley is big enough.
Yes,
There's so many
absolutely.
multiple people that are there to utilize. So, when it comes to social media marketing, a lot of times when I'm talking to these businesses, I want to make sure that people kind of understand, well, why do they need social media and why do they need social media marketing? So if you could kind of give me a little flavor as to what you would say if somebody needed social media. I'm totally animate. I don't want social media. Why, if they're a business owner in 2023, they should have social media?
It's the easiest marketing. It's the easiest way to connect on a totally personal, authentic level with your clients is what I believe. Everybody looks at it a little differently. I go for a very authentic approach when I go with my marketing. I want your clients to get to know you before you even know who your clients are. They need to know, like, and trust you. Every single person is on social media right now. It is your resume at this point. And that is the first place people look. When you say, I own this business, they go, cool, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, they're looking you up and they're ready to see who you are. And unfortunately, in this world, there's a lot of scammers out there. And this is a way for you to validate who you are and that you are a real person and that they can trust you and they get along with you. They want to know who you are. People are kind of tired of going to businesses and they don't know who the owner is. They want to know the mom and pop shops now. They want to
Mm.
know, who's painting their house. So it's the best way. And I don't want to say the easiest because sometimes it's not easy, but it is such an easy way to get your name out there.
Yeah, especially if you have the talent for it, right? Like a lot of people will have their own social media marketing, and they'll be like, "I am going to represent you."
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know if you really should have do that. You might have
Yeah.
wanted to get an actor, maybe, and personality wise, if you're not somebody that's in front of the camera often, you could be very shy.
Mhm.
I've dealt with a lot of business owners that have had that issue. So in the world of social media marketing, is there any type of focus that you have? Is it posting? Is it photos? Is it video? What do you see as like your specialty, if you will?
So I am more posting in videos. I try to do, a static post for engagement, things like that, polls or whatever. But which is funny you said what you said. I really try to get business owners to be confident in filming themselves. I know you didn't go into painting a home to be filmed and be on the internet. However, that is the new wave, and you are a business owner and you're an expert in your field. You know way more than I'm going to know. And you speak confidently. You always speak confidently about the things you know. So I've run into a couple of people that I've helped that were not social media people. They were like, no, I don't want my face here. I don't want to do this. But when they started talking about their business, they oozed confidence. They knew what they were saying. And I was like, no, see, you just don't want to do like, hi, my name is Jim. I do this. Like, ask them a question about their business and they flourish. So I really, really, really like getting them in front of the camera and just having them open up about their business.
Yeah,
And that
perfect.
and people see that genuineness
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of small businesses, it's all about the story. Why'd you get into business? What brought you to this world? Like kind of like some of the questions that I asked you, like what brought you into the social media marketing world? And it's usually from another business or another job or something like that that brought you into this realm. For me, it was doing my computer repair, and then all of a sudden, I'm helping other people. Then they're
Yeah,
helping
yeah.
me, and then it grew into a social media, I guess, franchise, if you will. I don't know what you
Network.
want to
I
call it.
love it.
There you
Franchise.
go.
Own it. Yeah.
Yeah. But now, it's all about the branding and stuff like that, and people getting their brand out there. What are some easy ways that if you wanted to give them some easy tips? I know that, of course, there's more in-depth things that you have to do when you're doing some social media marketing and you're telling your client, hey, these are the things that you got to do before you actually become a social media marketer. But what are some key tips to just start um, their social media marketing journey, if you will?
I like it. Um, Consistency is key, and that is tough. Right now, I'm actually doing a challenge for the month of January with business owners to post every day. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter what it is. If you see a cat run by, my kitten is going crazy, so I'm going to apologize in advance. But so just post. Get for 1 month, I just want you to get used to posting. That's it. A little tidbit, a little here or there. That is probably one of the most important things is consistency, because without that, your posts don't hit the algorithm. You won't have people seeing it. So really consistency and stories is the other one. Keep a consistent story. Stories are really turning into like mini vlogs right now.
It's
And a
it's
lot
Vine all over again.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so a lot of people are looking at it. And if you notice, put a story up and see how many people look at your story, and then put a post up and see what happens. More people are apt to go through to your story straight away than they are going to see your posting if you haven't been posting consistently. So I always try to start with that. I try to start small because it can be so daunting and intimidating at first. So I'm like, all right, it's okay. Let's just start with these things, and then we're going to move forward with everything else. So consistency and stories, I think, are something that are easy to get to and can kind of get you moving in a right direction.
Oh, most definitely. And there's different strategies and different things depending on the clients and stuff like that. So you always got to fit to your client, right?
And what their goals are.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So the biggest thing that I always like try to get all I do a lot of biggest things, right? So like it's always like big or go home type of thing. Usually you'll see some of my videos. I'm usually like crazy and wild. Is
Yeah.
there anything that you would say to like any businesses that are trying to do gimmicks, right? So like it can work and then sometimes it can't work. Is there like a level of balance? Is there, or do you tell them to like, hey, you should have a mascot? Like, what are some key
Uh,
items that you think that they should be looking at?
Logos. Well, like you said, it's branding right now. So logos is a big thing. Get a logo. Like you have the Mr. 845.
Mhm.
And that's perfect. And everybody recognizes it.
Designed by moi.
Oh, excuse me. It's so fancy too. No, but everybody knows it now too. And you've created quite the following with it. So it's one of those things that sometimes you look at companies and you're like, why did they do that? But like every company, every big company you can recognize has a logo. And that is what it is. Home Depot, you have, like all of them have this little trademark that you can tell what it is. Get
Nike,
and
Adidas,
do it.
yeah.
Exactly. Nike, all of them. They all have it. Home Depot was the one. I'm a real estate agent at heart. I can't help it. So, they all do. Um, I know some people like to do like hashtags.
Mhm,
Hashtags are moving more towards, they're not as significant as they used to be,
mhm.
but it is good because it's another way to get your brand out. When I was in real estate, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it, was the Finizzler. And it was like this like attitude persona I took on when I started doing tours online and doing all this. But I started getting really known as the Finizzler. And I would be in the streets and people would be like, "Hey, what's up, Finizzler?" And I'm not, who am I? Like, I'm not like, is it like, but it was that at that
Finizzler by
point.
design.
Yeah, right. At that point, it was like people really were recognizing my brand because it was just a constant hashtag Finizzler, hashtag. And I had a look, so it's little things like that. And then just being who you are with your business is very important because it starts coming through. It really does. When you start marketing and you start really getting to catch an audience and connecting with them, it comes through and they start equating it. I still have people that come up to me about real estate and stuff like that because of lives I did 2.5, 3 years ago. I did one from a bathtub and people still bring it up to me. And I'm like, hey, I was somebody's tour. I was doing a home tour. So I was just sitting in their tub and it was huge. I was like, this is amazing. And people still bring it up. Little things like that. But that's my personality. I'm bubbly. I just do those kinds of things. So, but people remember that kind of stuff. So I would say logo and hashtags help you with your branding. It just keeps it solidified. Hashtags aren't the biggest thing in the whole wide world right now anymore, but I still think it's necessary because it still keeps it all together.
Yeah, and going into the other side, right? So these are all some of the key tips to kind of do. What are some key things that you think that would keep people from getting themselves in trouble? Because as you know, social media is very easy to get yourself in
Mhm.
trouble in. You could say the wrong thing, you could do the wrong thing on video, and try to think that you're the one that's supposed to be the victim.
Yeah.
In some cases, but what are some key things that you would want to stay away from in a business
Um,
on social media?
well, for a long time, so I was a bartender for a very long time, and I lived by these rules. Do not talk politics or religion. Don't do it. Just to if you have a business, don't get into the middle of it. Keep that for your private life. And as much as you want to stand strong with whatever you believe in, which is fantastic, you're allowed to do that. It is best to just, remain even keeled about it. Especially in this day and age, which is kind of terrible, kind of not great, but you have to remain even keeled and don't talk about it. Those are things that will get you into trouble. No matter which side you're on, it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things. So I would say don't talk politics, don't talk religion, anything like that's controversial. Keep it off the internet. You don't need
Mhm.
it on the internet anyway, because once there, it's there forever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Somebody will always catch it.
Bob the carpenter doesn't have to talk about,
It doesn't have to talk about, what's going on in the climate and stuff
yeah.
like this.
So,
Uh,
that's kind of like the key thing that I always would like to make sure that like everybody kind of hears from different people, right? I mean, a
mhm,
lot of businesses will animately pick a side of some sort, and it ends up backfiring a lot of times
yes.
because, either they alienate a whole population of people in their area, or they end up putting a bad light on themselves because of certain things. Like, I know of a couple businesses that have sided with certain sides of political spectrums, and people have boycotted them, and because of it, and it's sad because sometimes they're really good business owners. They just either misspoke or misthought.
Yep.
So in doing these videos and trying to think of things, what are some things that you could kind of tell them to prepare for some of the videos that you would have with them, that would kind of prepare them for making sure that they say the right thing?
I say keep on topic, stay on topic, stay on what you're doing. If you're a roofer, let's talk about roofs. We don't need to talk about really anything else. I do try to bring, like for my business, I'll speak on my business. I try to bring a little personal into it. I have kids, I'm a mom. I teeter the line because I am also a recovering alcoholic. So I kind of teeter that line a little bit, but I think I've found the happy medium with that. Like that kind of stuff I share, but I share this much of the iceberg of what it really is this much, and that's what it is. Share just a little bit, the fun stuff. My kid plays football, my other kid plays soccer. We run around, we're crazy. We do a lot of stuff for Halloween, the fun stuff. Keep it light and airy. Not that sharing sometimes your falls is bad, because I think that shows that you're human and that like this is what you do. I do that. But keep it light. They not every single thing. And I think that sometimes a lot of people's turn off is like, well, I'm not doing that social media marketing because not my life isn't going on the internet. So you don't have to put your whole life on there. That's okay. But a little bit is fine to show people that you're human. Keep it light, keep it airy, and don't stress about it. I think a lot of people really think a lot into it, and it gets to the point where they're like, nope, I'm done. I'm not doing that. You're like, okay, it's okay. Take a step back, simplify, keep it simple, say what you do. And I actually did just the other day, I did something where I just hit a couple topics. And I was like, where do you get your supplies from? You can do so many different ways. And in that instance, where do you get your supplies from? You're helping that other business too.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing that cross collaboration thing, and it's perfect. So it's keep it light and airy. Don't really go into it. And if you do misspeak, because it happens, we're human, be prepared for oh, I was going to curse and I can't curse, the crap storm.
It's okay.
But be open and honest about it, and then you just have to move on,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
hit it and say, hey, listen, that was me. This is what happened. I am one of those people that admit your faults, be honest and open about it, and then just push forward. Like you just have to.
I mean,
So
all the big brands do it, so they are
yeah,
able to survive even when they misstep.
yeah,
There's a lot of people in the news that you've seen and stuff like that. So, those are some of the things I wanted to bring to light, especially with social media marketing, because a lot of people say it's just easy, it's free marketing, I could do it for free all the time, and they don't understand the time and
yes.
preparation and editing and
Hmm.
the
A
storyboarding in
lot
some
goes
cases.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some of your videos now, do you not necessarily for yourself but maybe for your clients or for yourself, do you do any preparation? Right, I know that in some cases we brought up some of that stuff, but what is your your timeline, if you will, about looking at a video possibly, right?
So what I'll do is I'll schedule content days with my clients, and I'll say, hey, listen, I'll be here for an hour or two. We'll decide how long it is when we get there. These are the topics we're really going to go over. And I sit and I film, and I'll take an hour or two of film, and I go back home, and that's, a month's worth of content sometimes, depending on what we're talking about and where we're putting it and everything like that. Short form is what everybody wants. So long form is kind of coming back, but short form is there. So people want little snippets. So I go back, I edit it down from an hour to 30-second clips, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and I put it together and I send it out that way. I mean, it's you have to go through and pick out, you have to get the questions ready. Do the questions even make sense for that person? And really go through, ask it in a way that it looks like it's flowing, free flowing for them, and not just like a standard, they're stiff and everything like that. And then you got to clip it all together yeah, right. Exactly. And where they're so nervous,
What are you asking me right now? Yeah.
you got to make it like a conversation, because people want to be like this. Like they want it to be a normal conversation. They want you to be talking to them.
Yeah, I mean, I could preach to that. I mean, because
Yep.
if you guys think that I just started talking like this all of a sudden, the first time I ever looked at a camera and try to talk to it. And like, I'm looking at the camera because I can't look at you and look at the camera because
Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't seem as sincere in some cases.
Yeah.
So when looking at the camera, now you have to learn, okay, so I'm supposed to look at the camera, then look at the person, look at the camera, look at the person. And it throws you off when you're doing the video. So like, I learned to go through my thought and then look away, right? So, and then, because the screens are and the cameras are in different
Yeah,
spots.
right.
So, but don't be afraid to mess up. And then,
Yep.
because guess what? The best thing about video is if you mess up, you get to stop it and then run it back again.
And do it a million times. It's fine.
And sometimes the bloopers are even more fun.
I was just,
and
you
entertaining.
read my mind, because I was just about to say that I have made reels and actually like little ads for myself with bloopers.
Mhm.
And I've been doing this for 4.5, 5 years, being the video, doing the thing with ads and stuff like that. And even still, there are some days that I'm like, oh my gosh, I am like, this is awful. But sometimes you just got to own it, and people laugh with you. Like, just have a laugh. Don't take it so seriously. Have a laugh and be like, all right, this is where we're at today.
Yeah. I really appreciate the time that you've given out of your
Thank
day.
you.
I know you got to get back to the kids soon, so I want to make sure that they don't ruin the house while
No,
you're
I
doing
told
the
them
interview.
they're sitting still, and I was like, don't you move until I'm done.
Yeah. So, I want to make sure that people captured your info again one more time. So if anybody wanted to utilize your services, get to have a consultation, networking, collaboration, or anything like that, what is the best method for them to do so?
Sure, they can call me on my cell phone, call or text 716-239-3952. I'm practicing slowing that down. And then you can find me, Laura Finizzi, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I am on everything. Or Elle by Design.
Yeah.
Whatever
So
it's easiest.
ELLE
ELLE.
by Design Marketing. If you go to the facebook.com, that's what Elle by Design Marketing,
Yeah.
or just Elle by Design, which is the name there.
Yes.
And then on Instagram, it's the same thing.
Same thing. And
All right.
TikTok's the same thing too.
And before I leave you and I have you go back to your regular day
Madness.
job, if you will, like the superhero.
Yeah.
What are some key things that you want to like leave people that want to watch this video? What are some things that you would want to leave them with?
Well, I guess it's gonna be corny. Is that okay? It's gonna be a little bit corny. All right, everybody's gonna laugh. But just be confident in your business. Like, I try to drive this home so much. A big part of why I wanted to start this business was to drive home that if you own a business, you are an expert in your field. You know what you're talking about. And I think sometimes the outside noise kind of shuts that down on us. Like, own your business. Own your business and get the word out. Social media marketing is one of the best ways. And it's the new wave of getting your name out there. And like I said, it's your resume. And you could do it. Consistency is key, and be confident in what you do, and hire some professionals. But for real, you have to do what is good. If you are not good at it, find somebody that's good at it. You're good at your business, and that's perfect. Find somebody that's good at it to get the name out for you.
The big businesses do,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They get paid actors. I use Ambisol, they do all that stuff.
If you want, I'll be your paid actor. I'll just be like, hey, go to this person. No, but that's it. And be confident in what you know your stuff. And that is like a big thing for me. I want to get that out.
All right. That's the final word, right? The Finizzler said so.
That's it. That's right.
Don't worry, I'll be putting that hashtag on the post when we post it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the biggest thing that we want to make sure that we do is to interview the small businesses of the area of the Hudson Valley.
I love it.
One, before I leave permanently and close this out, the area that you service, the whole Hudson Valley, Orange County, Dutchess.
Hudson Valley. I'm in the Orange County, but I'll do Hudson Valley, Orange, Ulster, Sullivan, Rockland, all over.
All right, awesome.
Whatever's easiest.
I just want to make sure I don't want to close you off. You know what I'm saying?
No, wherever.
Open
Yes.
the county borders, if you will.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So that being said, everybody, this is Mr. 845 Ramon Pinheiro here. It is all about interviewing these small businesses, getting to know who they are, what they do, how they help people, whether that just be selling services, selling products, or just running their business from the day to day to kind of get you more in depth in love with the Hudson Valley. We're doing these interviews every Wednesday. well, we're doing them on other days, but I'm posting them every Wednesday. There's going to be on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook, of course. The full videos you'll only be able to see on Facebook and YouTube. Instagram and TikTok will be kind of like the previews. The biggest thing that you guys could do is to help these small businesses by sharing the content, letting more people know who they are, what they do, and what makes them so special. You never know, they could be your next favorite. That being said, everybody, this is Mr. 845 here. I'm going to be hitting the streets and interviewing some more small businesses. Check us out and see all the stuff that we have in store for you coming up.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.